State. And when Evashevski got there, the day he took the job, a journalist asked him the question, do you think you can ever be successful at Iowa? Evashevski snapped back, why the heck do you think I took the job? Except heck wasn't exactly the word he used, but this is a family program. Successful they were, culminating in a magical season 50 years ago. Rick Pizzo takes us back.
When you grow up in Iowa, the one thing you look forward to is Saturday, and everyone wants to be a Hawkeye.
The Hawks have the win. Iowa beats Penn State 24-23.
What a great day in Iowa football history, huh?
Hawkeye football still stirs passions in Iowa, but never more so than 50 years ago. The year was 1958, and the program was on top of the college football world.
I didn't think that we had a team that was going to win the Big Ten championship and get a chance to go to the Rose Bowl.
The building blocks of Iowa's triumphant season began a few years earlier, thanks to an innovative field general.
In 1956, Forrest Evashevski was the head coach, and he had installed an offense called the wing tee. And by 1958, he really had it fine-tuned, and he also had the players to run it.
In our period of time, I don't think there's been any Iowa team that was any more explosive and fun to watch offensively as our team. We led the Big Ten in rushing, and we were second in passing. And then nationally, we were second in passing, and I think maybe seventh in rushing.
Woody Hayes at Ohio State said Evashevski was the hardest coach to play against the Big Ten because he just didn't know what to expect when he played Iowa.
Evashevski's offense was led by quarterback Randy Duncan, the 1958 runner-up for the Heisman Trophy.
Pitches to Randy Duncan, and Randy goes the route into the end zone for the touchdown.
In their fourth game of the season, the unbeaten Hawkeyes gained momentum against a border rival.
When we played Wisconsin, they were ranked number 4th in the country. They were supposed to beat us, and I remember Bobby Jeter had a screen pass for about 70 yards that kind of cinched the game in the second half.
And Bobby Jeter picks up blocking along the far sideline.
We ended up beating Wisconsin at Wisconsin for the first time in 10 or 12 years, 20-9, and we kind of got the idea that maybe we're pretty good, and we got a chance to do some things.
Another road victory against Minnesota would seal the Big Ten title for the Hawkeyes.
Once we clinched the Big Ten championship, we were the Rose Bowl team. And in those years, the only Big Ten team that went to a bowl game was the champion.
Awaiting Iowa in Pasadena, the University of California. The game featured a matchup of star quarterbacks, the Hawkeyes with Duncan, California with Joe Kapp, who would later lead the Minnesota Vikings to an appearance in the Super Bowl.
He was a fine athlete, and obviously went on in the pros and did a great job.
Joe Kapp once again back to pass.
Unfortunately for Joe, he didn't have a real supporting cast like we did.
I know we beat the hell out of him, that's all I remember.
Thanks to Bob Jeter's 194 yards rushing on only 9 carries, Iowa trounced Cal 38-12. The win cemented the 1958 Hawkeyes a special place in the history of Iowa football.
The 1958 Iowa football team in the annals of Hawkeye football would be number 1 because it won the national championship as awarded by the Football Writers of America. It won an outright Big Ten championship, and it achieved more than any other Iowa team has ever achieved, without a doubt.
All of us said when we had our reunion, this was the greatest experience that we've had in our lifetime.
There's a sad footnote to this story. Bob Jeter, the star halfback for Iowa in that game, passed away this past Thursday in Chicago of an apparent heart attack. He was 71 years old. Jeter, the father of Rob Jeter, former University of Wisconsin basketball assistant, who is now the head coach at Wisconsin-Milwaukee.